Okay, so today is day 56 of being housed. It is Friday, October the 10th, 2025, and I'm going to continue with the conversation about abuse. And this one takes back to, I guess it would be 6 days ago, so on Sunday, with the attack from the owner's mother, and then the conversations that I had with the owner. And so that attack, that verbal attack, was most of it was recorded, so we can all listen to it, and virtually, so like we're all be on the same page of understanding. So it's not what I'm saying about it or what anybody's interpreting what I'm saying about it. Everybody's able to hear it and hear like the words and hear the anger and the hate and all the different things behind the words. So we're able to discuss the same thing. And have a conversation about it. And but when I talked with the owner, he mentioned about how the mother's been going to him repeatedly and virtually saying, like, she thinks I'm doing this, thinks I'm doing that, thinks I'm doing many things, to the point where she was suggesting that they put up security cameras. And two of the things that she brought up and that were brought to my attention was she thought I was stealing juice and stealing two bags for groceries. Anyhow, so something happened on Sunday night. So I was watching the baseball game with a friend, and his mother did some grocery shopping, so she wouldn't know my personal business, but she'd be aware that I've been without work for some time, and she's just a concerned and caring parent, and she really treats me like she has like that motherly approach to the way she treats me. She's very caring, and she had she said there was a sale on like the air freshener sprays, and she said I want you to take this and you can't refuse it. And I was like, oh, well, thank you. Like, I'm really appreciative, but I'm okay. And she's like, nope. It was on sale. And it's like, and she's like, so I decided to get two. And, I really want to give you one. So I was like, oh, thank you so much. Okay. So that being said, so I received that from her, but I am fully aware and cognizant of, and this is something I'll talk about a remediation plan for this, but that the owner's mother might see me walk by with it, and perhaps she might have a collection of similar, if not identical, air fresheners. I wouldn't know. I haven't seen any around, but I literally don't look anywhere. I'm very, very stringent with what I do there. But anyhow, I'm aware that, or I'm also aware that she doesn't seem to respect the boundaries of coming into my room and my personal space when I'm there, and that gives me absolutely no faith and zero confidence that she would respect those boundaries when I'm not there. So in my mind, I was thinking, this is one of the major problems when you have somebody who's I've heard people use the term like a helicopter. I think they use the term like a helicopter mom. There's obviously the common term for a manager who just needs to breathe down the neck of everybody and overanalyze what everybody's doing and control what everybody's doing. They call them a micromanager. But just somebody who surveils everyone and everything. So they're always watching everything that you do, and when you're around them, you know that they're always looking at you through eyes of suspicion, and that in their heart they've already received a verdict that you're guilty. So anyway, so this might seem like something very small, something very minuscule, and obviously something very petty. However, this could be a trigger for a landmine that could detonate, and then all of a sudden you're being screamed at, you're being cursed at, and you're being, the passive aggressiveness comes out, and you're being punished, and so it's part of a reality that if you're not privy to it, and if this isn't something that you've been exposed to, I've noted when I'm when I was away from abuse for years upon years, I noted that my mind and my thoughts changed, and I didn't automatically expect or anticipate the worst from people, because I was around people that are very loving, very caring, and if you took something of mine by accident, not a big deal. If there is a problem, I can just talk to you and communicate with you. Not a big deal. Like they're not looking to pounce on people, and they're not clingy to everything, but also they're not full of hate and bitterness, so they don't have long memories of unforgiveness, and they don't have a nature where they want to seek vengeance, or they want to pay you back, or pay back whatever they think that you may have done. So this is a good recording for those that are part of the so a barrier for the vulnerable population, or the BVP. So those that are part of the vulnerable population, I've noticed like a distinct disconnect. So one side is over here. So these are people that have been exposed to, aggression like that and accusations like that. So these people over here, never exposed to it. So these people over here, if you brought that up to them and said, ay, my friend's mom gave me this, air freshener. He said, I gotta, this could cause like a big, it could detonate a landmine. They would, over here, they'd look at you and they think, ay, there's something strange going on with this person, and their view on the actuality, so their version of reality. If you talk to these folks over here, they would say, oh yeah, I've been around that before, and it can make you feel like you're walking on eggshells and around landmines. And when somebody has it in their mind that you're guilty of something, it's almost like there's absolutely nothing you can do that will, like they're always going to be looking for evidence to support the verdict that, so the verdict pre-exists, before the evidence. So I find like right here is that disconnect. These people think it's weird. These people think it's normal. It's very strange to go through. And what I'd like to talk about, and I'm just on my way to work, so I don't want to invest too much energy or thought into this, but just how counterintuitive this is to everything. It's very counterproductive, counterintuitive, but I find when somebody they have it in their mind like that, like they're owed something, and they're going to, because of things that happened in their past, they're now hyper vigilant, and they're going to, just assume everybody's out to get them, and they walk around with that attitude. They don't realize that they virtually paint everybody with the same brush, and people that are not used to that sort of behavior, it's very off-putting would probably be the nicest way to put this. There's other stronger words and more colorful words that I'm certain many people will use. And but for the one that's going through this, and those that are part of the vulnerable population, this is good information for people to note that while you're transitioning, through a season and or state of impoverishment, this is unfortunately going to be a deep reality. You're probably going to be exposed to more personalities that are like this, but the hope that I want to share to each and every one of you is on the other side of this, it's not like this at all. The other side of this, there's many people that are like their word is unto God, so they don't break their word because it's God's reputation. So if they offer help and they say, oh, no, whatever you need, please help yourself, they really mean that. And then it's up to you to govern. You don't want to take advantage of anybody else's kindness, but you also don't want to shrink back and refuse or reject anybody else's kindness because of past situations where, maybe people have been, once again, hypervigilant. And, but also too, there's many people that really care, and they just want to see people healed. They want to see people mature. They want to see people live lives that are lives that are pleasing before God, and right standing before God, and lives that are, no longer dominated by, dominating spirits or attitudes, just set free virtually. And so it does exist, but I find like it's interesting, like seeing this side or this perspective, because I find, oh my goodness, it's so draining. And it's once again, once somebody has it in their mind that you're guilty of something, you can feel it, you can sense it, and it disrupts everything. So even if you try to converse with them, you know, they're either going to be very short with you, they're going to be very dismissive with you, very passive aggressive with you, and or aggressive with you. And it is very draining, and it can have such a major impact on the way you feel and on your ability to grow and to virtually to thrive. And so anyway, so I'm happy though to bring these things. It's awkward and embarrassing. In the past, I would never want to bring something like this up, because I'd think, oh goodness, this reflects poorly on me. Oh goodness, this is so embarrassing. Now I just see it as, well, this is just where I'm at. Unfortunately, I don't have the funds to afford my own place. This is the best I could find. So in terms of the circumstances, this is what I'm dealing with, and I just have to face it and deal with it the best that I can. But I'm going to learn as much as I can while I go through it, and then once I'm through it and on the other side, I'm going to apply those learning lessons, and I'm not going to look back. I'm just going to keep moving forward. And but in the meantime, or in the interim, you know, there's a lot of good things that can be learned, if only by exposure. Okay, God bless you and have a wonderful day.